watching! Hello and welcome back to another Midnight Showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Pan. AKA, what the hell was that? No, I'm serious. That's what most people are going to be calling this movie, because it's just... Oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this movie. It was all over the place. It was just insane. Normally I like weird, I like insane, but this was just... Why the hell are they singing Nirvana inside of a movie about Peter Pan? I'm not even kidding. That's one, legitimately, there's another pop song inside there whose name I'm not even going to bother Googling, because I don't... No, this doesn't mix. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Oh my god, this movie! Okay. Non-spoiler version. Although, really, there's nothing to spoil. It's the story of Peter Pan. You know what that is. Regardless of whether this wants to be a prequel or a reimagining or whatever the fuck it wants to be, you know the story of Peter Pan. The boy who can fly in Neverland, chased by James Hook, who is now also not James Hook, but he is, but he's not the Hook we know. Okay. Final verdict from this movie is that it's not worth your time in theaters. Go wait till Redbox. It's just so completely out of left field that you're not going to be entertained. Your kids might like some of the bright colors, but they're not going to like the shifts in tone. I mean, like, radical shifts in tone. From being like this live-action cartoon to being this very, very serious wartime drama that involves people bursting into confetti dust. I don't know. It's pretty gory. If you colored all of their explosions in just bright red mist, this would be a hard R. I'm not even kidding you. But, yeah, wait till Redbox if you're curious about it. This doesn't get an honest to God, skip it or fuck it from me, because there was an idea here, and it's almost fascinating to watch this movie under the pretense of what they were trying to do with this idea. What we got was just a mess. And it's almost a train wreck. I could easily see this being someone's guilty pleasure, like Magic Mike XXL has turned out for me this year, because it's just so out there that, yeah. For those wanting to stay for spoilers, this movie, okay, it's the prequel story of Peter Pan as to how he became Peter Pan. But not really, because that's not how the movie ends. In fact, it almost sequel baits that there's another story going to be told in this where we actually get, how Peter Pan became Peter Pan. Peter is left in an orphanage just before World War II. And during World War II, he's kidnapped by a flying pirate ship that's being shot at by biplanes, and arrives in Neverland, where he's instantly forced into a mine run by Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard. And oh my god, it's just... I don't even know. I'll spend an entire section on just him in a second. Inside said mine, he befriends, I use that in quotation marks, James Hook, who would later don the name Captain in the movie's last 5 minutes. But with the help of Hook's friend, Smee, they manage to escape the mine into the woods of Neverwood, where they're instantly taken by the tribe, who tells them the prophecy of Pan and how he's going to save the world from Blackbeard, the evil dictator. And yeah, you've seen this prophecy story done so many times. You can name every single plot point yourself. It's so cliche and reused. I mean, did we really need to apply this to Peter Pan? Why? Why does he need to protect the fairy kingdom from this evil man who's using it for some weird reason? We only get one scene that briefly tells us what it is. And... oh god, this movie... oh... This movie is really, really hard to explain because I don't know what I should be classifying as. Is it a kids' film? Well, obviously, there's bright colors. Then we see people exploding into mist, which I just want to color red for to give you an idea of what the fuck's actually going on. Okay, well, we have a mass slavery movie. Well, maybe it's an adult film hidden in disguise. No, it's not. When they actually have a fight scene that involves trampolines, I think that this is no longer a adult film in disguise. It's... Okay, let's talk about some of the good aspects. There are a few, and I think that they're being ignored in light of the fact that this movie is just so goddamn weird. But there are some good things about this movie. One of the good things is the production design. I actually really do like this production design. It's bright and colorful when it needs to be, but it doesn't. But it can be dark and gritty when it needs to be also. When they're in the mines, there's a lot of browns, there's a lot of soot, there's a lot of... You have some colors, but they're all really, really, really muted, except for the red on Blackbeard's outfit, which just kind of clashes with everything else, making him stand out. This is really good production design. I will give props to go. Hell, the CGI work, with the exception of some notable scenes I'll talk about in a second, is actually very solid. It's not the best thing in the world that you will ever see, but it was consistent, minus those scenes, but I have a theory about them. And, yeah, it kind of was... It was interesting. It's just another CGI world like you've seen in a bunch of Tim Burton films before. And this does have a Burton-esque touch to it, but it's way too bright for him. He likes really, really dark stuff. Even when he's doing colors, he likes some darker colors. Here, they're more than willing and happy to show you that the tribe, because we can't call them Indians, even though that's what they are called in the story, because the internet is sensitive to this type of thing. Yeah, you guys can go suck it. All of you on Twitter who start all these stupid rants, yeah, you can go suck it. You want to be little pansies and get offended by every little thing, go right ahead, but don't expect me to join you. So, the Indians, when we're actually sitting inside of their village and whatnot, it's nice, bright, and colorful. The outfits are very well detailed, and I do like a lot of the shades of paint that they put on them for aesthetics and effects. The production here is clearly has an idea, and it's pretty well thought out. As I said, there are some scenes which is really, really, really bad CGI inside of it, and I mean like grotesque CGI. You might have seen the birds inside of the trailer that Pan's flying on. Yeah, the birds look really, really good themselves until you look at their face, and they are just some of the ugliest pieces of CGI garbages that you have ever seen. The rest of their body looks fine. The feathers, the skeleton thing, which doesn't make any sense, but it still looks really, really good. And then you get a look at their faces. They have these like giant ass eyeballs that they're not sitting in the skull that is their beak, but on top of the skull, outside of the skull. And it just... Ugh, what the fuck is that? And, of course, when they're running from said birds... This is some of the worst green screen I think I've ever seen in a major motion picture. Hell, I could pull up a video on YouTube from a guy who's just barely trying green screen out for the first time with the bright green outlines around himself because he didn't know how to properly light everything and edit it down. And that would look better than the green screen that we got in these chase scenes where they're literally just doing this. I'm running! I'm totally running! I know the background's moving behind me to simulate it, but I'm totally running! Just... Really? That's the best CGI that you could come up with? No, it's not, because I saw the rest of that goddamn bird of them in his head. What the hell happened? I honestly, but as I said, these hilariously bad moments are just like shoved in here every now and then. I think that they were reshoots that were just shoved in there, which goes into the bigger problem of this movie, which is the editing. The editing is just horrible on this movie. But yeah, let's talk about some of the other good. the guy who played Hook, Hedlund, I don't know. He was actually very good. I didn't really like him when they first introduced him because felt like he was talking through his teeth the whole time. And yeah, my name is James Hook. Kind of got that Jack Nicholson thing going with like, yeah. But as the film progressed, I actually started to like him. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was his charisma. Maybe the fact is that, yeah, it was a stupid idea to get him to talk like that rather than talk like an actual person. But then again, Dustin Hoffman did something similar in Hook, did he not? And if you're going for an origins of it, kind of using that as a template, I can see the logic behind it. And it really did work near the end of the film. I give props where props is due, and I liked him. I know other people didn't, but I did. And the kid, Levi Miller, I think his name was, who was playing Pan, he was trying his damnedest, but he kept getting, like, bad advice from somebody, because he kept talking really fast, which almost stuttered some of his lines, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. I'm not going to blame him, and I will say that he, physically acting, when he's, like, doing the running scenes and jumping off of things and holding on, he is actually doing a very good job. It's just, when the movie needed to slow down a lot. It needed to be about a half hour longer because the editing sucks on this movie and things were cut so goddamn abruptly and it felt like scenes were just shoved inside of there after being reshot several times. I'll talk about all that in a second. But yeah, since I've got so many bad things to talk about, let's talk about the first thing I said I'd talk about. Hugh Jackman is Blackbeard. This was the reason I was looking forward to this movie. If anybody could make a stupid concept like this work, it's Hugh Jackman. And you know what? He's got jack shit to do in this movie. Or let me put it this way. He has nothing to work with. The script is so inconsistent, they don't know how they want to play him off. As I said, there was a scene where people start chanting Nirvana inside of this mine. Yeah, Nirvana. Smells like Teen Spirit. I honestly wanted to have them doing Smells Like Nirvana from Weird Al and replace the lyrics with that because that would have made me laugh. But yeah, they're singing it as kind of this like slave chant thing as the new recruits end up flying into the mine. And it's uncomfortable. It's just like, how the hell is this in this movie? But then when Blackbeard comes out at first, he kind of plays it off like a diva. He's like kind of muttering it to himself. You can see him getting in the spirit. He does like this little showman speech for the new recruits. I'm like, okay, they're giving him a little bit of a theatrical edge. You know, it's silly, but we had clown-faced guys on bungee cords flying in from the ceiling to grab little children a few minutes before out of this orphanage, so I can get behind that. It's silly, but it kind of works. The problem is that after that scene, he's no more divish. Never. Not once does he have this kind of diva side to him. He doesn't have this little showman thing going. He goes into like this whiny, like, if we don't find more of this pixel thing, this crystal made from the dead bodies of our pixies, oh my god, I just don't know what I'm going to do. He gets whiny. And then the next scene, he's completely badass awesome, and he's talking really gravelly and awesome, and he's really intimidating. And then the next scene, he's kicking Peter off the plank like a freaking showman. Consistency, please! This is all on a writing level. Each scene has a different idea of what Blackbeard should be. And Hugh Jackman is just reading his script, and he doesn't know what he's doing with it. There's no consistency whatsoever between the beginning of Blackbeard's introduction and his inevitable death at the end. Even when he's fighting, it's inconsistent. Is he a fencer? Well, that's how he introduces himself when he's like doing his little sword play with Tiger Lily. But let's completely forget that and let's have it look more like Pirates of the Caribbean with its swashbuckling. Ha 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 ha! There's no consistency between Blackbeard at all through this entire production, and we only get the vaguest hints as to why he wants this stuff. Apparently it has something to do with living forever, which, yeah, Neverland. I don't know why people wouldn't grow up inside of Neverland. It's not like that's a big portion of the Pan mythos. But yeah, so he wants it because he can crush it and snort it like an opiate and become young again. There's one scene where just out of nowhere, he's just this old man. He puts on the mask, and when he breathes in, takes it off, he's Hugh Jackman again. Again, another one of those hilariously bad scenes where the CGI is completely noticeable, and it doesn't look like it was in the original cut of the movie. Like it was a reshoot. There's so many scenes in this movie that feel like they were reshot. That this movie was just butchered by a studio mandate or something. I don't know. But yeah, that brings us to the editing on this film. No scene cuts like a regular movie would. There's no overlap between scenes. You know that kind of jump cut thing that I do on the videos when I actually have time? Yeah, it cuts like that. But instead of me giving the small little spaces between the cuts so that you can breathe and talk in the sentences like you normally would, no, it's cuts it so goddamn abrupt. I'll be here, I'll be here, I'll be here, here, and it just jumps all over the place. They don't let the mood set in. They don't let the sentence finish before they cut it and they bring it in. This feels like the whole movie was edited by a beginning student inside of college, his first college course on editing. I don't know what the hell happened here. Scenes just start and end and go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Before cutting to the next scene. One of the biggest offenders is when Peter's finding out what happened to his mom inside of the lake that's been charged by the mermaids of memories. Where the CGI is just so goddamn bad. That scene alone could just compare it to Food Fight. That's the quality of animation that one scene inside this movie is. I mean, it's holy shit. Does this look bad? But yeah, the scene starts with Hook swimming to a nearby wreck to see if there's something there. Cuts back to Tiger Lily and Peter sitting on the rock, then talking about how mother died and blah blah blah, and gets inside the water to see the truth of how it happened. The super horrible CGI smoke bubble battlefield thing happens. I don't know. And he comes up and he's like, "My mom died. As you see, Blackbeard didn't tell you the full truth when he told you that he killed your mother." No, he did. He didn't miss a detail there. Everything he said happened in that scene. Your mom was a true warrior and had everything. She trained me. Cut! And then we're back to Hook, who's swimming back saying, "You gotta see this." Where are the other 3 lines that were inside that scene? Where was the emotional weight? Where was the crying scene that we were supposed to get with Pan so that he'd feel the realization that his mother's dead? What happened? What happened? Tell me what the fuck happened. And some of the stuff that happens in this movie, it just borders on the hilariously stupid. Like, Amanda Seyfried is Peter's mom, and she's in 3 scenes, including the aforementioned flashback in the water. And it's one of the things that she does when she's like taking baby Peter to this orphanage, because she's got to hide from everything, even though the only people chasing her are pirates in a flying ship. Pretty sure you don't need to act like that creeper on the street. Got my hat down. So yeah, she's got Peter inside of her jacket, and she's like holding it like this the whole time, trying to be inconspicuous. She gets to the orphanage, and at the gate, she does a Black Widow style like hop over the fence thing, and it's just bullshit. I almost started laughing in my theater. This is within the first 5 minutes of this film. And she does this stupid little backflip. She does this Black Widow flip over the gate. This gate is like 12 feet tall. I'm not even shitting you. She like runs up, kick, flip, on the other side, and she's in a sprint running with Peter. Yeah, that baby is dead, okay? That was bullshit. It was hilarious. It just... Who thought that was a good idea? Okay? I'm just gonna put it out like there. Who thought this was a good idea? I don't know what they were trying... The idea in this movie that that there was a force that brought them together and then broke them apart, it could have worked. It really could have. There was an idea here that was trying to get out, but it feels like that with badly shoved in CGI scenes that feel like it was reshot 1,000 times over, inconsistency of writing of people, especially with Hugh Jackman. It happens to Rooney Mara's Tiger Lily, although I didn't find hers as horrible. I thought that, frankly speaking, it's still a kid's movie. I didn't expect Oscar-worthy acting from a movie like this, but she didn't bother me. It was Hugh Jackman that bothered me. The editing, like, this feels like it was edited by a monkey. And the fact that they just do some of these stupid-ass stunts that don't make any sense, okay, I need to end this on a positive note. There was one other good thing that this film did do that I thought was kind of clever. It tried to integrate all of the famous lines from the different various versions of Peter Pan throughout the years. The original, the 2003 Hook. They tried to take all the different lines, like just before the Indian tribe leader gets shot and explodes into a horrible, graphic, gory mess. No, seriously, they go into that kind of like powder paint stuff you see at the raves that get thrown at people. Every time one of them dies, gets shot, they explode inside of that. Oh, but look, it's blue, it's pink, it's little happy fun time fireworks. People are dying, and this shit doesn't go away. There's like several of them are like covered in the remains of their fallen brethren. What? But yeah, integrating some of the older lines, like right before the tribal leader gets shot by Blackbeard. Freaking execution style, mind you. Right next to Tiger Lily, where she has all of that shit still on her when he turns the gun to her. Just saying. He says, "Are you prepared to die, old man?" And the tribal leader just looks up. "To die would be a great adventure." That's actually kind of clever. And for those who don't know, that line more predominantly is famous from the Spielberg movie Hook, which both Peter and James Hook said during their final battle. That's kind of clever. Right before Blackbeard keeps trying to kill Peter, right before he delivers the final blow, he's like, "Close your eyes and think your happy thought." The first time when he kicks him off the plank, as he's falling, just before he flies, that's actually a very good idea. That he got the idea that the happy thought is what keeps him airborne because of Blackbeard's key phrase of killing people. That's a very good idea. Completely ignored by the end of the movie. He just flies because he can. Not because he has to think a happy thought, but because he can. He's apparently half fairy. Okay. But yeah, that idea of incorporating all the other versions, kind of homaging all of the other ones while making your own version, that's a good idea. There was an idea inside of this movie that was never fully recognized, and by God, I just want to... I forget this movie will even exist. I really will. It's just so completely out of left field. This is one of the year's most disappointing movies. I was looking forward to this. So yeah, back to my final verdict. If you're curious, wait till Redbox or Netflix. It's not worth wasting money to go take your family to it in theaters. It's not. And yeah, there's really nothing else I can say about that. Did you enjoy my video? Tell me what you thought about Pan if you ended up seeing it in the comments below. Maybe we'll get some healthy discussion about what the hell happened to this movie. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, be sure to check out my channel and subscribe for more. I will have links to those in the corners up there, as long as some things. I'll link some of my other videos down here for you to check out. Tell me what you think. If you want to, like me on Facebook. and follow me on Twitch, where I am doing a playthrough of all of the Final Fantasy X, and I just recently got done with a playthrough of Until Dawn. I'm going to start another one where my goal inside of it is to let nobody die. That's my goal. Nobody is dying in this second playthrough. I will be starting that later this month as kind of like a build towards Halloween. Hell, on Halloween, I probably will do most of it live for you. But yeah, follow me at twitch.tv/cardmaster9 to see more of that. I will push those videos to YouTube like I have been on my other ones. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all next time.